Hey guys, I'm back to show you what my white label hair frontal looks like. I just got it in the mail. I did the back to school sale, so I ended up getting it for about $100. Please excuse the noise. Someone's moving into a suite next door. So this is what the package looked like that my hair came in. It's body wave texture, 16-inch lace frontal in the natural color. It is 100% premium virgin hair, natural density, natural color, and it can be bleached, dyed, and styled. So this is what my frontal looked like once I took it out of the bag, and automatically I noticed that the hairline looks natural already, so I won't have to do too much customization to it. The knots will have to be bleached. The hair is brown, so I will dye it black, and it does have the band around the bottom. You really want to get a frontal that has this band, because if not, it's super hard to sew it down and you can really damage it if you don't have this band. So when you're looking for a frontal, make sure that they have the PU brand. So, not brand, but band. So, this lace is in I would say medium brown, even though it looks light brown. So I think it'll match my complexion very well. I probably will put a little bit of foundation on it, but I'm gonna bleach the knots, so the hair is very soft. I will be adding my D Hair Boutique hair to this frontal, so I'll be dyeing this black, and please stay tuned for my next video on how I bleach the knots. So first you're going to need some lightener. I like to use Synchrolift by Paul Mitchell. You'll need a little beaker, and I like to use 20 volume developer because it processes a much slower than 40 volume does. And then you'll need some gloves, and of course a tint brush and a color bowl. So I'm going to take out 1 scoop of lightener, and I'm going to add 1 ounce of my 20 volume developer to it. You want to make sure that whatever you're mixing your lightener and developer with is not aluminum. That will basically mess up your whole formula. It makes it process faster, just messes everything up. So you want to mix it to where you get a thick consistency where it's not falling off of your brush too easily. So I like to start on the inside of my closure or frontal, right near the PU band. And you want to spread it in a way where you're not pressing the lightener into the lace, because if you do that, it will bleed onto the other side and dye the roots of your hair. So the roots of your hair will end up being blonde, and you definitely don't want that because that is a very tedious mistake to fix. I kind of like to lay my brush down parallel to the lace, and just be careful and just take your time. That's why I like to use 20 volume developer, because it doesn't process as fast. I feel like I can control it a little bit better. With 40 volume, you have to move super fast, and it's just, I feel like it's honestly too harsh on the hair. If you wanted to use 30 volume developer, that would be fine. I would say if you're a beginner, definitely start off with 20. If you have to lighten it again, you can do that. I wouldn't start off too high or lighten your closure too much, because if you do that, it basically breaks down the knot so much that your closure could end up being bald. The hair will become super fragile, and you definitely don't want to mess up your investment like that. Once I get near the hairline, I like to add something white underneath just so that I can see where the hairline starts and stops. I started my timer for 20 minutes, but I actually ended up processing this frontal for 30 minutes. This is what your frontal will look like once it's evenly coated. And here you can see that it didn't bleed to the other side. It's just sitting right on top of the lace. So here I'm going to add a little bit of foil just to keep the air out of the lightener so that it can retain some heat and so that much oxygen doesn't get to it. At this step, I just rinse the closure completely clear, or the lace frontal completely clear of any residue from the lightener. And then you will want to grab some neutralizing shampoo because that is going to break down anything that could possibly be stuck in the lace. It's going to prevent anything from processing further. So you definitely want to use that to make sure that you've gotten all of the chemicals out from the lightener. So here you can see that all of the knots have successfully been bleached. And from here, all I'm going to do is add some of my Color Protect conditioner from Paul Mitchell, and I'm going to just run that through the hair, and then after that I rinse it out and I let it air dry, and you are done bleaching your knot.